Joining me now all the way from Antigua, where he's preparing for the Caribbean domestic tournament, the Super 50. We're really pleased to say welcome along to 98 Not Out and Phoenix FM to Mr. Keon Harding. Keon, how are you doing?
Hi, good evening. I'm doing well. Pleasure to be on the show.
Good. Well, lovely to have you here. We're really pleased. Always like having West Indian players on. So you have just come back from Bangladesh and a bit of a journey, I understand, coming Bangladesh to London, then out to the West Indies. Are you jet lagged or are you in pretty good shape?
We're gonna see tonight. I've been asleep at 6 the last couple of nights, so I think it's wearing off. That was a good experience. Obviously, I didn't think it went as I would have liked in its entirety. But to be honest, it was not a total bad day for me. I mean, I didn't execute at the back end of the innings, but I mean, outside of that, I think it was going pretty decent. Things learned from that, and it's just about rectifying that and improving. I keep pushing forward and moving on. Really,
it was a young side, and a lot of new faces that we were seeing for the first time. And I don't think the results showed really the potential of some of the guys that were playing out there for the first time. I think I saw flashes of real talent there, and it's promising for the future.
yeah, I think it's always going to be difficult when a bunch of new guys are playing together in conditions that a lot of guys never been to as well. So we have to wait and see. But I think over time we can see who shines through.
As you say, Bangladesh is a tough place to go, so it's kind of like you've been thrown in at the deep end. But I gather Clive Lloyd sent a message of support and encouragement.
Yes, I saw that message. It was a pretty nice message, actually, to be honest.
It's good to see someone of his stature being so involved and passionate still about West Indies cricket, and looking after the younger guys as well.
Yeah, I mean these guys paved the way for us, really. So it's nice to see that they're still unexpectedly so that they're still passionate about West Indies cricket.
We were talking to Chris Wokes, the England player, and we found out something quite interesting, that when he was about 14, he could have become a pro football player, and he was just waiting for the right club to come along that he supported, Aston Villa, and they never did, so he stuck with cricket. But I gather you were a pretty decent footballer yourself well, you probably still are, but certainly before playing cricket, football was a big thing for you.
I'm not necessarily before. Cricket was first. I started playing football later on, around 9-10 years old, and I represented Barbados at the international level, the senior level. But ultimately, I decided to go with cricket.
So, as you know, I come to Barbados often, and I've been watching football. Watching English Premier League games in the rum shop is a very, very different experience to watching it in the UK. And what is it with Bajans? Everyone supports Liverpool. What's that all about?
The Liverpool fans have just come out the hole over the last 2 years. I didn't know there were so many in Barbados until 2 years ago, because I remind a lot of them that I never saw them win anything in my life. And in 2005, when they won the Champions League, it was still cable TV, so it wasn't showing everywhere.
Ah, right. And who's your team?
Manchester United.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Looks like they're coming back. They're going to get back to the heights they were before.
Fingers crossed. Eventually, I know we will. When, can't really say, but things are looking up.
Yeah. So when you're in Barbados, whereabouts were you playing your club cricket?
I play for Carlton club that's in Blackrock. So I've been a member of that club since 7 years old. The only club I've ever played for.
That's not too far from Kensington, is it? It's just up the Spring Garden Highway.
Yeah. It's just minutes away, really. 5 minutes away.
Yeah, no, it's good. And actually that's quite a busy club because it's not just cricket, is it? There's plenty of stuff going on there.
Yeah, volleyball, netball. Yeah.
And the other thing I see that a lot of people playing out there is the street tennis, is it? Where you've got the small...
Yeah, road tennis they call
Road
it.
tennis, yeah. You good at
Yeah. Uh,
So tell me about this Super 50 over thing. So it's you're going to be representing Barbados Pride. And the holders of this are the West Indies emerging team, but they're not taking part this year. So it's going to be from what I've seen, a fairly open competition. You should have a good chance.
yeah, most definitely. There are a lot of big names playing in the tournament, so I think it promises to be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just see who comes out on top.
Yeah, yeah. And in your side is West Indies captain Jason Holder as well. I guess you guys get on pretty well.
Yeah, he's a good guy, a funny guy, and I'm looking forward to playing with him.
He's got the biggest feet I've ever seen.
He needs big feet for his height, man. He can't wear size 12 at 6'7" or 6'8". So
I know he is. So what next? So you've got the Super 50. What's next on the horizon for Keon Harding?
looking to be selected for the one day series against Sri Lanka. That's right after this, and then we just take it one game or one tournament at a time. But obviously, right now my focus is on the Super 50, and then after that, I'd like to be selected for the Sri Lanka series, and then just continue to move from there. But one thing at a time.
Yeah, sure. Is that that's in Sri Lanka? Is it that series?
No, that's in the Caribbean.
Oh, it is. Okay, because
Yeah.
the West Indies in the last 6 months have been clocking up some serious air miles.
Yeah,
Bob,
yeah. We have a few series at home now.
Oh, good. So tell me, you were part of the squad that came up to England in July. What was your experience of that? And that was the first cricket to be played after the COVID had hit. What were your experiences playing or touring England in the bubble?
Was different in terms of first time at international cricket level, first time really in a bubble, not no fans and stuff like that. But I felt that I learned. Not that I felt. I know that I learned a lot from that experience about myself and about the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm going to continue to use a lot of it going forward.
It seemed to be pretty well organised from what I saw, that it was secure, nobody was put in any danger, and everyone was looked after, plenty to do, plenty to eat as well, I saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so currently in the England's hotel, they've got a Call of Duty tournament going on the Xbox. What were you guys? Were you guys playing FIFA, or did you have anything like that?
Here, every guy has their individual thing. Some guys play Call of Duty as well. Some guys play FIFA. Some guys watch movies. A few read books. I mean, it's just really an individual thing. So we don't have a competition per se like those guys have.
And table tennis as well?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about here at IT. I'm gonna come out of my room later tonight. I'll see what's going on. But they had table tennis in Bangladesh. Yeah.
So, what is life like in the Caribbean at the moment with COVID? I mean, here in Europe and in the UK, we're in lockdown. Is it still impacting life big time over in the West Indies?
Yeah, it still is. I don't think it's as bad as in the bigger countries, but I mean, there's curfew and in a lot of places now. Some countries still haven't opened their borders completely, like Trinidad. So obviously, it's affected people. I mean, when you have lockdown in certain places, like for instance Trinidad, there's so many hotels in Trinidad. There's like you can count the amount of workers that probably work there that are without a job right now. So it's tough times for people, and I mean for us to be able to play cricket, which is our job, is a privilege really that a lot of people don't have right now. So I'm grateful for that.
Well, one good thing I suppose, without the tourists coming, that at Grantley Adams Airport you can get your bag pretty quickly, because if people don't realise, when you arrive at Grantley Adams is the airport in Barbados, and if you're coming from the UK, there's about 3 jumbo jets all land within half an hour of each other, and all the people get off at the same time and have to come through passport control, immigration, and then try and find your bag afterwards. And sometimes, and tell me if I'm wrong, but sometimes that can take a long time, can't it?
Yeah, I never really experienced it too bad from England, to be honest with you. I've experienced a lot of people there already, but I never experienced waiting for my bag for a long time. So I can't really speak on that. It's always been smooth for me, to be honest.
Well, superstars like you, it's no problem. So we got some music that you've requested we're gonna play for you. So yeah, Polo G, I noticed is one of those, and yeah, I always like getting the West Indian guys on because we get different requests of music that maybe most people haven't heard from before, and it's very different to what other guys are having. But it's I've been checking it out, and we're going to be playing some later on, and yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Well, listen, Keon, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and we wish you really well in the Super 50. We'll be watching how you're getting on, and hopefully you'll keep fit, and then we'll be looking out for you in that West Indies shirt again and taking some wickets and making the headlines. So we wish you all the best, and thank you for joining us on 98 Not Out.
Yeah, thanks, man.